Stop everything. What I'm about to tell you will shock the entire NFL world. And if you think you know the truth, you have no idea. Right now in the DEPTHS of the Detroit Lions front office, an inferno is burning. Secrets are pulsating through the walls, PHONES are ringing off the hook, and big decisions are being made in silence. But here's the universe-shattering truth. Something unprecedented is happening. A move so big, so game-changing, that football as we know it is on the brink of a massive rewrite. A superstar, a true elite, one of the most dominant defenders in the entire league, is on the verge of landing in Detroit. And no, this is not just rumor. MY sources have just confirmed something that will shake the foundation of the NFL. An item so secret, so vital, that the insiders are tasting the end of an era. Have you ever felt the precursor to a historic turning point? Well, get ready. Because while the NFL buzzes and the front offices scramble, one massive piece is being moved in the SHADOWS of Detroit. Your pulse is about to race, your heartbeat to intensify, because what I'm about to reveal could change everything you thought you knew. A game changer of epic proportions is brewing in the Motor City, and it's bigger than you can imagine. But before we unlock this untouchable secret, I need you to pay attention. This is not a drill. This is not another rumor. This is the insider's truth, a call to arms for the most passionate football fans in the world. If you are part of the real ONES, the ONES who believe in insider truth, hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and activate the bell, because what's coming will demand your full attention. This secret THIS move, this game-altering piece is upon US, and the next 48 hours will be the most crucial in NFL history. Now, let's set the stage. The Detroit Lions, under Dan Campbell's fiery leadership, have been on a roller coaster. Just last season, they soared to heights unseen in decades, clinching the NFC's top seed and making their first Super Bowl appearance in over 30 years. But this past season, disappointment, a 9-8 record, a heartbreaking playoff miss. A roster bursting with talent, and yet missing that one final piece to push them over the edge. The Lions have been desperately searching for that spark, that game winner, that difference maker who can elevate them from contenders to champions. What's the missing link? Defense, pure and simple. They desperately need a disruptor, someone who can dominate the line of scrimmage, strike fear into opposing quarterbacks, and anchor a front that's been too inconsistent in closing out games. They've tried everything, trades, drafts, free agent signings, but nothing sticks quite like the big, game-changing edge rusher they've been chasing for months. We've heard whispers about a secret pipeline, encrypted calls in the dead of night, private jets flying under the radar, and hushed conversations that could shake the league. And then, out of the shadows, emerges a name so powerful, so impactful that once I say it, everything changes. Chase Young. That's right. The superstar from Ohio State, who's been a household name for the past 5 seasons, is now dancing on the edge of a seismic trade. And your jaw will drop when you see the full scope of what's happening behind closed doors. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this real? Is this just wishful thinking? No, my sources in the NFL are rock solid. I've heard from executives, agents, and insiders directly involved in these negotiations. They tell me Detroit is pushing all in. They see Chase Young not just as a player, but as the piece that will elevate this team's entire future. They're pulling out all the stops, making secret offers, and maneuvering through rival teams like a chess grandmaster. And what makes this deal so urgent? Well, Chase Young's contract situation is a ticking time bomb. The Saints just signed him to a 3-year extension, worth roughly $18.22 million AAV, just last offseason. But now, with just 1 year left on that deal, the window is closing. They know that the moment the 2026 league year opens, the market will explode for his services. And if the Lions move now, if they strike with precision, they could land the most disruptive defensive end in the league at a fraction of his true value. This isn't just about a trade, it's about rewriting the entire narrative of NFL dominance. Let's talk more about Chase Young. This isn't just some talented pass rusher. No, this is a rare breed. In 2025, despite injury setbacks, Chase still tallied 7 sacks, just shy of his career high. His explosive burst off the edge, combined with his power in bull rushes, make him a nightmare for blockers. At 6'5", 265 pounds with elite quickness and relentless motor, he's exactly what Detroit needs to turn their defense into a nightmare. And do you know what's most lethal? His ability to produce game-changing plays, fumble recoveries, forced fumbles, critical tackles behind the line. His resume? Unparalleled. NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2020, a Pro Bowler as a rookie and again in 2021, and a fixture in the NFL's top-tier pass rushers. His college career was historic. Ohio State's Bronco Nagurski Trophy winner leading the Buckeyes to a college football playoff title game. The man is built for the big stage, designed to be a game winner. And now, he's just 26, entering his prime and ready to dominate the next chapter of his career. Here's what makes this so sinisterly brilliant for Detroit. His contract may be winding down, but the value he offers is sky-high. Based on NFL market trends, Chase Young could command upwards of $20 million AAV on the open market, especially after a resurgence in 2025. The Lions. They're in a position to strike now, before rival teams can pounce. The deal could be structured with insane performance bonuses, incentives for sacks, forced turnovers, and even playoff-related rewards. It's a chess move on steroids, and the whispers, they say NFL authorities are already quietly endorsing this. The league's power players see the potential. One anonymous GM, who wishes to remain unnamed, told me, "If Detroit pulls this off, they're not just playoff contenders, they become a dynasty in the making." Chase Young would be the final piece of that puzzle. The media has already started to hype it, but behind the scenes, they're working on the biggest deal of the decade, with rival teams trying to throw up every obstacle they can. Imagine the scene. Dan Campbell's fiery passion ignited anew, the fans dreaming of dominance, the league watching as the Lions finally realize their true greatness. And Chase Young, he's at the center, the unstoppable force they've been hunting. Because this isn't just about a player. This is about legacy, about shaping the future of a franchise, about etching a new chapter in NFL history. And let me tell you, this is just the beginning. The details of the trade, the negotiations, the behind-the-scenes battles. They're so intense, so layered, that the next 48 hours will decide everything. The NFL insiders whisper that the moment this deal goes down, it will reshape the league's power structure. The Lions, already a rising titan, will ascend to a level of dominance they've only dreamed of. So I ask you, are you ready for the truth? Do you understand what's happening right now in Detroit's war room? Because this isn't just a move, it's a revolution. And history will remember the day the Lions dared to go all in, to seize their destiny, and to bring in a game-changer like Chase Young. Now, let's peel back the curtain even further. Behind the scenes, the real mastermind pulling the strings is none other than General Manager Brad Holmes, an NFL genius quietly orchestrating a masterstroke. While the league's eyes are on the draft, free agency, and all the usual chaos, Holmes is working in the shadows. He's negotiating with ruthless precision, leveraging every asset, every dollar, every whisper to make this happen. Sources confirm talks have reached a fever pitch. Rival teams are trying to block, to counter, to outbid. But Holmes, he's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. The numbers are staggering, an offer that could include multiple high draft picks, young emerging talent, and even future compensation that keeps Detroit's window wide open. And the emotional reaction inside the Lions facility, it's seismic. Even Dan Campbell, known for his fiery speeches and relentless passion, is said to be divided, caught between the thrill of acquiring a future Hall of Famer and the chaos of a league-on-the-brink trade war. He's already watching film of Chase Young's most electrifying plays, imagining what he would do in Detroit's defense. And what about the fans? Oh, they are counting days. The social media buzz, it's already imploding with speculation, memes, and feverish dreams of a Lions revival. But here's what makes this so terrifyingly brilliant: the money, the logistics, the scheme. In the NFL, every dollar, every cap hit, every clause is a weapon. Chase Young's contract includes performance escalators, sack bonuses, and incentives that could push his earnings well beyond initial estimates. Imagine a deal with a $22 million AAV, including monstrous bonuses for playoff success and individual dominance. It's a calculated gamble, one that could pay off in historic fashion. What about the scheme fit? Defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn, who's been hunting for that disruptive force, would finally get his perfect piece. Young's explosiveness, power, and relentless pursuit complement Detroit's aggressive scheme perfectly. He would anchor a terrifying front alongside Aiden Hutchinson, creating a dual nightmare for quarterbacks every Sunday. Opposing offenses. They'd have nightmares for years, with the potential for a 15-plus sack season for Chase alone. The numbers speak for themselves. His career averages, combined with his recent resurgence, suggest a trajectory that could eclipse even previous expectations. And yet, what's truly frightening? The scale of this operation. The league whispers of a possible blockbuster trade that could send draft picks, emerging young stars, and even veteran assets in a blockbuster deal. Lions fans. They're already dreaming of a playoff run, of titles, of history being rewritten. This isn't just about football. This is about legacy. About a franchise that refuses to settle for mediocrity. About a city that's been dreaming for decades of a true NFL powerhouse. And Chase Young? He's the missing piece, the final keystone, the player who can elevate Detroit from contenders to legends. So I leave you with this. The next 48 hours are going to be decisive. The NFL's secret war is reaching its boiling point, and with every passing second, the possibility that Chase Young dons Lions green gets closer to reality. The league is watching. The fans are watching. And history is about to be made. Are you ready for the truth? Because what's coming next will be the most shocking, most electrifying revelation you've ever heard. Stay tuned, because this is just the beginning. The moment the Lions pull the trigger, the NFL will never be the same again. And mark my words, this deal, it's not just a trade, it's the birth of a new dynasty.